Hi everybody and welcome to Grimdark Future Firefight Strike Force, the minigame where small squads of 200 points fight each other in 15mm scale. If you want to know the Strike Force rules and also how I built this small size battlefield, you can check out the links in the description. Strike Force is played with the exact same rules as regular firefight, with the exception that we measure in centimeters instead of inches. Now let's meet the squads. First, the Dynasty Strike Force. They are led by a Dynasty leader armed with shotgun, and he has the ability direct fire. Then we have 2 warriors armed with shred rifles and 2 royal guards armed with spears. The spears can shoot and they can also fight in melee. The royal guards are elite warriors and they have regeneration, and all the Dynasty Strike Force soldiers are fearless. They go up against the first and only squad with only 4 soldiers, the Brother Strike Force. They are led by a Master Brother armed with Master Heavy Pistol and Energy Fist and the upgrade Preacher. And then we have 2 Blood Battle Brothers with heavy rifles and 1 Blood Battle Brother with heavy flamer. All of them are fearless and furious. Now let's roll off to see who will deploy first. The purple dice will be the Dynasty Strike Force and the red dice, the Brother Strike Force. So the Dynasty warriors will roll first to see deployment, and it is deployment number 4. The Dynasty Strike Force will deploy as player A. And next up, we will roll for one of the 6 available Strike Force missions. And it's number 3, Strike Force Headhunters. In this mission, the enemy leaders are the primary targets. So the enemy leader must be eliminated, and if both leaders are alive at the end of round 4, the winner will be the Strike Force with most remaining units. This mission is worth 2 victory points. And the 2 strike forces have deployed. The Dynasty Strike Force along the left side of the battlefield, with the leader hidden in the middle and his forces spread out. And the Brother Strike Force have pushed forward. They have deployed together. Now let's see how this battle will turn out. It's round number 1. First unit to activate is a warrior. He will advance 6 inches, and from this position he can shoot his shred rifle with an 18cm range. He has 2 shots and he will hit on a 4. The weapon is AP nothing, but he has Rending, so we have 1 Rending hit and 1 regular hit. The Rending will be AP 4, and that will force the Brother to a 6 up save. And he will fail that save. Now he has a regular save and he has a defense of 3. So he will make the regular one, but still he's hit. He'll take 1 wound and he will go down. And now he's forced to roll on the wound chart. And it's a 6. The first shot was fired and the first casualty of this battle. They only have 4 Strike Force units. Now 1 of them is already taken out. It calls for an immediate response. The Brother with the flamer will move, but he cannot reach anybody or shoot anybody from this position. Instead, the other warrior will advance, and that will take him into firing range. He will also have 2 shots with his shred rifle. He will fail 1 of them, but hit with the other. It's AP nothing, so a save of 3 or more will be good, but he will also fail. This is beginning to look like a catastrophic start for the Brother Strike Force. He survives the wound chart roll, but he is down and he is stunned. Now The master brother will move and he will take cover on the truck. He is the primary target of this mission. He has a short range pistol, so he will not be able to fire. Next up, a Royal Guard will move, and also the final brother will move closer, but he will stay behind cover. And the rest of this round will be movement. The Dynasty Strike Force soldiers will get closer, but they are not within firing range. And the last unit to move this round will be the Dynasty Leader, and he will stay behind this large rock and take cover. So that was the end of the first round, and it was a really bad round for the Brothers Strike Force. One soldier is already out, and another one is stunned. And none of the Dynasty Strike Force soldiers took any hits this round. But the brothers will activate first in round 2. And the first activation of round 2 will be this Strike Force brother who will get back up. That will be the only choice for the Strike Force, otherwise he will most likely be charged and taken out. So next up, at Dynasty Warrior, he will advance and then he will target the leader on the truck. 2 shots. He will hit on force. Remember, it's Rending, and he will again have 1 regular and 1 Rending hit. So the leader is under pressure already. He must roll 6, and he fails that roll. The other one is good. He will take 1 hit though, out of the 3 he has. So the brothers must keep their leader safe, but they must also try to do some damage. So the brother here will move into cover between the truck and the rock, and he will fire his heavy rifle. He only has 1 shot. He will need a 3, so he will hit. It's AP 1, and the warrior has a defense of 4, so he must roll 5 now to avoid the hit. So let's see. No, it's a 1. He will take the hit, and he will go down with 1 wound. Can he survive the roll on the wound chart? It's a 3, so he is good for now, but he's stunned. And now the Royal Guard must show something. So this one will charge. It's a dangerous unit with spear, and he has 2 attacks. And he will hit on a 3, but they are elite warriors, so if they roll 6, they will get an additional attack. But he will have 1 hit, and it's AP 1. And the brother this time will defend. And now he's able to fight back. He is only armed with a close combat attack, and he will hit. AP nothing. The Royal Guard has a defense of 4, and he will block. So now they both have fought this round. He'll move 1 centimeter back, but no damage. Next up, the Master Brother. He will jump down from the truck, advance 6 centimeters, and he will fire at the stunned Dynasty unit. He has 2 shots with his Master Heavy Pistol. He will hit on 3s, and both of them are good. So he will immediately destroy this Dynasty Warrior. First casualty on the Dynasty side. And this Royal Guard will move behind the rock. He will rush 12 centimeters, and he's not able to fire this round, but he will of course be in the next round. And the Dynasty Leader now takes a chance. He could move behind cover, but instead he advances 6 centimeters, and that takes him into firing range of the Master Brother. He only has a range of 12 centimeters, but he has the direct fire ability that gives him 6 more centimeters. So 3 shots with his shotgun, and he will hit twice. The shotgun is AP 1, so the Master Brother must come up with at least 2 force, and he makes 1 of them. He takes 1 more wound, but he's still standing. That was the end of round 2. The brothers are unharmed in this round, and the Dynasty Strike Force lost 1 warrior. And the brothers will still activate first in round number 3. The brother with the flamer will activate first, and he will charge, and he will use the war chant ability of his master. So that gives him a chance to attack, and if he rolls 5 or 6, he will have an extra furious hit. Now let's see. It's a 3, so he will hit, but he will have no extra hits. It's AP nothing, and the Dynasty leader will easily block that hit. Now he can fight back. He's not armed with any close combat weapons, and he fails his attack. But the Blood Brother here will still block the way to his master. Next up, the Royal Guard. He will charge, and he will have 2 spear attacks. And it's not looking good. 2 failed attacks, and the brother can fight back, and he will hit with a 6. It's not rending or anything, but the Royal Guard must block with a 4. And he is good. The Dynasty Strike Force seems to have a rather good defense. Now the brother, who was just attacked by the Royal Guard, will advance into cover behind the truck, and he will aim at the other Dynasty unit, and, well, sadly, no hits. The Dynasty leader has already fought, but he can move back slightly and fire his shotgun at the brother, and he will hit twice. AP 1, that will force the brother to 4 up saves. 1 of them will be made, but he will take an additional wound and go down yet again. And now he has an even more tricky roll on the wound chart, and he fails. With a roll of 5, it's a total of 7. He's out. Now the Master Brother could aim at the Dynasty leader, but he is too far away. He will instead fire at the closest unit, but he will fail both his shots. This is not good. They cannot hit anything at the moment. Instead, the other Royal Guard will charge again with his spear, and he will hit this time 2 good hits against the brother. And with AP 1, the brother must roll 4s, but he will roll 6s. So he is completely safe. He can fight back now, and it's a hit. And once again, the Royal Guard will defend the hit. No damage to any of the units. The next unit to activate is this warrior, and he will move closer. He will rush forward, so he's not able to shoot, but he will be in a better position next round. So at the end of the round, the Brother Strike Force soldiers must perform a morale test, and this one will fail, but he's fearless, so he will pass anyway. And the Master Brother also fails, and he also takes advantage of his fearless ability. They will both stay. So at the end of the round, the Brother Strike Force is heavily outnumbered, and their goal must be to see if they can get the Dynasty Strike Force down to half strength as well. They will activate first in round 4. The Master Brother will begin round 4, and he will target the Royal Guard. He has a close combat, heavy fist attack with AP 4, and he needs 3s to hit. And if he rolls a 6 here, he will have an additional furious hit, 3 hits, and that will force the Royal Guard to roll no less than 3 6s, and he fails everything. But he has regeneration, so a roll of 5 or 6 will save him. He will regenerate 1 of the hits, still he takes 2, and he is down, of course, and he's forced to roll on the wound chart, and he's out. So the first step of the plan for the Brother Strike Force was successful. One Dynasty unit removed. But now the other Royal Guard moves in to attack the Master Brother. 2 attacks with his spear. He also needs 3s, and if he rolls 6, he will get an additional attack. And he also hits with that one. So 3 hits now. And it's AP1. The Master Brother is under pressure now. He will have to defend or block 3 hits, and he fails all 3. He will take 3 hits, and that will take him to a total of 5. He's down and he's heavily wounded. He faces a tricky roll on the wound chart. This could be the end, and it's a 6. He is taken down, and that was the goal of this mission, to eliminate the enemy leader, and that just happened for the Brother Strike Force. With no hope of winning this battle, the last brother retreats, and that leaves the Dynasty Strike Force as clear winners of this Strike Force battle. The mission was completed, and the leader took part in this match, and he's still standing. That will earn the Dynasty Strike Force 4 victory points. The Brother Strike Force, on the other hand, will have 0 points when they participate in the next match. Thanks a lot for watching this Strike Force battle report. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll join me for future bad reps.